Hello, everybody, and happy solstice and great conjunction. So, finally, we made it to the day. It has been a challenging year for all of us, I guess, in one form or another. But let us concentrate on the possibilities we have now, on the positive things. It's always up to us where we are focused on to, right? So the great conjunction, Jupiter and Saturn, a new cycle that is already started actually from the heliocentric view in early November, and now it's kind of confirmed or anchored with the geocentric conjunction today. It will be, in less than 12 hours. Unfortunately, we can't see it exactly when it happens this early next morning, like 1:20 a.m. Chiang Mai time. So as they will have already moved below the horizon, but I will go to watch it at the Astro Park nearby. And I will go in the early evening. It will be not yet as exact, but I already saw last night and the night before, as I always observed them for months now, before also with Pluto. So before you saw Jupiter bright and Saturn like a small dot beside it, but now it's like a big one, and you can see it, how you call that, flickering, because they are so close together. So it's a very nice view. And actually, their geometry forms an exact triangle when they with each synode, and the next one will just be just slightly beside it. So all the planets, when they have new cycles within each other, they form a kind of a geometry, and the same they do with their cycles with Earth. But as we experience them on a very regular basis, because we pass them all kind of once a year, some a little bit more, but it's not taking many years. So for most of them, and Mercury we see more often, Venus as well. Mars is a bit over 2 years, which is kind of interesting. So, and when they are making new, when we and the planet or body making a new cycle together, we view the body making or being in a retrograde. That means they go a bit off track, if you want. Just a little thing. They still go forwards, but like in a curve. And that forms like a flower over time, especially with Venus. You can see that it makes wonderful a flowery thing. And that together with her 5-pointed star, it's pretty amazing what that looks like, and it's absolutely precise. And that's with every body we have cycles with. They make very, very specific patterns, repeating patterns, and it's wonderful to watch that. And so I don't think that there is anything to fear. When we look at that, when we see this absolute beauty, this absolute wonderful orchestra, as they all also have their specific tones and frequencies, and frequencies are tones, right? So they have, it's kind of music in the universe. It's all full, yeah. And that's if we really think about that, it's absolutely amazing. And I sometimes I just sit there and I wonder, I think, who, however that was all created, I don't care. Is this some whatever extraterrestrials that whatever with our DNA and whatever has may have been happening or not? It's just absolutely brilliant. And you look at that and the beauty and the precision of it, amazing. And from this perspective, we have now a time, or already for a while, we are in these times of absolute challenge. We have a time of change. And the whole world, as we know, has changed. It will never go back as it was. Past is past. Even so, the past is present in the meaning of our memories, our history books, or however you're going to record. The history, it's there. It's always present. It's part of the present, as well as the future. As we know, time in some ways, time isn't existing, but it's also existing. Like all cycles. Cycles is just a measurement of time. Just a different way of measuring time. We know how we measure time, but we are the same. It's a cycle, right? You start at 12, you come back to 12 all the time. So it's just time and a cycle. We end one, we start another one. And it's always challenging. It's always challenging when we are personally challenged, when we are in pain, when we are sad or angry, in whatever way it is. But it's always also a start into something new. And that we always co-create. Even those who don't do anything. If you just, I don't know, lay down on the sofa and, I don't know, sleep through the next few weeks, would be a bit difficult. So anyway, you would, by being inactive, co-creating. So in whatever way we do have a say, we do create, we do manifest. In whatever way we want to go. Do you want to stay and be in fear? Okay. If you don't, it's okay too. It's always up to us. And what we focused on. And with this trine Jupiter Saturn energies from their cycle, as we know, the triangles in geometry are one of the most important structures, if you want, as well as the flower of life. Yeah, that comes up all the time, right? As a sacred geometric how to say picture construct. However, every retrograde of every planet or other body we experience is drawing a flower. One single path every time they retrograde. And over time, it fills. It's beautiful. So don't forget that. There is beauty. There is beauty all around and can be observed all the time. If we dare to look. The other one, the other stuff, is around anyway. But don't forget to look at the beauty. And take that with you. Take it in. And with that, we get a bit of strength to go through the hard times as well. And every time when we passed, when we made it through something difficult, this one, the strengths within us and the lessons we learned about ourselves have been gained. Growth. It's growing all the time. We are growing ourselves. And this will be stored as a memory within us. And it is, we always can go back and, hey, remember that year 2020? That was so hard, but hey, I made it through. And hey, I did this and this and this. Whatever it is. And every time when you will be in a challenging time again, you'll think back and you say, hey, we made it in. We will make it this time too. So, build that strength for yourself. And as we will do in the future, do now about previous times. I know from my life I had a lot of challenges. And I'm sure everybody got. But hey, I'm still here. You are still here. So, take that. Take your inner strengths. And be sure about it. Trust in yourself. Believe in yourself. And you will make it through. And not just make it through, just survive. No, with a bit of self, with a bit of happiness, with a bit of pride about your own truth. So, the growing and restructuring can start, right? Okay, so as always, please hit the subscribe button and this bell thing, right? And I will also link my website, which is growing all the time because I'm adding content as I can. Most of you know. And yeah, again, all my best wishes to every and each of you. Bye.